Young athletes, I want to talk to you real quick, okay? Here at our gym, at Upward Human Performance, we get a lot of young athletes that are freshmen, that are sophomores, that have big goals of making it to the next level to be a collegiate athlete, okay? I was a collegiate athlete. I played football 4 years at Amherst College. We won 3 championships. We were undefeated from the 5th game of my freshman year until the 4th or 5th game of my senior year. We went on a 19-game win streak, got a couple of rings. It was an awesome time, okay? My older brother was a 2-time All-American. He was a Duke, a 2-year captain at Duke University for track and field. He was actually Duke University's first ever full scholarship as a track and field athlete. Okay, my younger sister, she goes to college now, and my younger brother is a football player, and he has a full scholarship offer right now at the recording of this video to Duke University too, right? So I've been around the block a little bit. I've been to dozens on top of dozens of camps. I've talked to dozens on top of dozens of different types of coaches, from the D3 level to the D1 level, from strength and conditioning coaches to head coaches to assistant coaches. My own personal coaches in my life have bounced around to some schools that I keep in contact with. So in terms of my expertise and my experience in college, my family being in college athletics, and then also just keeping in communication with a lot of different collegiate sector coaches from different types of fields and sports, I got a few tips for you. If you're a young athlete, if you're a freshman, if you're a sophomore, to make the most out of your high school experience and set yourself up for the most success that you can possibly have right now. We get a lot of high school athletes that are on the younger side that don't really understand what it takes to really get there, okay? Parents as well that don't really understand what it takes to get there, right? So I'm going to help you out, okay? So, when I sit down and when I talk to a kid, the first question I ask him or her is, okay, what are your goals? What are your goals? And just their response will tell me where their mindset is in terms of how they even perceive and think about how they're approaching, athletics in their high school experience, right? And then I ask their parent too, what are your goals for him or her? Okay, why are you here? Why are you coming to our gym to train? What are we trying to achieve? What is our goals as their coach? What are we trying to help them achieve, right? So we sit down and we talk, right? And what we go over is their goals, their mindset. Because if their mindset isn't fixated on that end goal in mind and then working backwards, chances of them actually achieving that goal are slim to none. Okay, 7% of high school athletes go on to achieve and play college athletics. Okay, 7%. So among your counterparts, among your peers right now on your team, very few of them, right, maybe a handful of them are actually going to go on and play collegiate athletics, and then maybe 1 or 2 of them will actually go on and play and produce and make a significant difference, okay? So you have to operate and think about your high school athletic experience completely different than any of your peers around you, if that is your goal, okay? Because look, when you are a freshman and you complete your freshman year, you will never be a freshman ever again. When you become a sophomore and you complete your sophomore career, you will never become a sophomore. Now, if you're a junior or senior and you're just starting to think about, oh man, what do I want to do? Oh, I want to be a college athlete. I want to play baseball or football or basketball or lacrosse. And you are just now thinking about that, there's freshmen, there's 7th graders that have already been thinking about that for years. And they're going to be way ahead of the curve than you because you're just now thinking about it as an upperclassman. Right? So the number one question is, what goals do we have? And so when we work with like a freshman or a sophomore athlete, we give them a goal sheet. We say, look, write down your goals, right? Write down your goals. Write down strategically 3 goals, right, that you want to accomplish in the next year. Write down some goals that you want to accomplish in the next 3 years, 5 years, and we start to get them thinking about their goal setting. So that way, when they're 13, 14 years old, we start setting them up for success down the road. Right? So if you're a freshman, you're writing down, I want to make varsity, I want to play Division I college baseball or football or basketball, and I want to maintain a 3.7 GPA, right? You're already 44% more likely to achieve that goal, right? Just by writing it down. If you see it every day, it has to be up, right? You're 77% more likely to achieve a goal if it's written down, you see it every day, and someone else knows about it that you respect, like a coach or a mentor, because they're going to hold you accountable. right? So it can't just be fixed up in here. You need to see it every day, and a coach needs to hold you accountable to that to set yourself up for success. Now, why is this important? Because like I said earlier in the video, you will never be a freshman athlete ever again. You will never be a sophomore athlete ever again, right? So set yourself up for the most possible success that you possibly can have, right? So that way you can go through your high school experience not regretting anything. You don't want to regret your high school experience, because when you graduate, you don't want to look back and say, man, if only I was a freshman, or man, if only I was a sophomore and I was doing this and doing that, maybe I could, maybe I should, right? You don't want to live with what ifs. And then when you become, a collegiate student athlete or student, you become an adult like me, you're going to look back and say, man, if only if I would have, or maybe, what could my potential have been? Listen, man, you don't want to live like that. You don't want to have those thoughts, okay? I've seen it in people that I've been around. I've seen it in people that I went to high school with. You don't want to have those thoughts, okay? So if you're a young athlete, take my advice. Sit down, write down goals, get clear on your direction, and then do everything you possibly can to achieve that goal so that when you finish your high school experience, the best you possibly can make it, okay? So do me a favor. After this video, sit down, think about, ponder, what do you want to make out of your high school experience? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? And get really crystal clear on that and write it down so you can see it, okay? Maximize your potential, man. Let's go.